I'm here with our bringing it back week. Now we're doing the weekly motivational call, 15 minutes of time with you guys every Friday morning, 7:45 a.m. Pacific. Great to be with you guys here this morning. If you're right-handed, take your right hand. If you're left-handed, take your left hand. Pat yourself on the back. Tell yourself, great job for being here this morning. Type into the chat.
Recording in progress.
Type into the chat right now. Today is a great day. Today is a great day. And I got a couple ideas I want to share with you to help you have a great day and a great week this upcoming week. You know, it's a special time of the year because today is the last Friday of the month. And so I think it's Tuesday when we come back together next week, and it's going to be August 1st. So it's clean slate for the new month, and it's an opportunity to take a look at your life and make some new decisions about how your life is going to be different. So maybe for August, it's like, you know what? It's time for me to get back on my fitness routine. Or for August, I need to start getting to bed earlier, or I need to get back to my prospecting, or I've been kind of going through the motions lately at work, and I need to step up my effort and my activity. You know, we're all in, in different places in our lives right now. And I love taking it from one month to the next and thinking about what's going to be different in my life. And I'm going to do that between now and August 1st. I'm going to give some real sincere thought into, is there anything I want to let go of? Is there anything that I want to do more of? And let me see if I can get my computer. I wonder why that's not working. Okay, let me try plugging it in over here. I just got a little message that my battery's low, so we'll see if we can get that fixed there. Did that fix it? Well, that didn't fix it. That's strange. Okay, let's try it this way. That is very strange. Why is it doing that? Okay, I got to try something else here. I'm doing workarounds on the fly right now because I don't want to run out of battery while we're doing this motivational speech here. So let's see if we can get my plug to work. Try this one. And there we go. And this is going to be third time's the charm. And all right. I got some outlets that aren't getting any juice right now. Okay. Next idea. And this is one of my favorite ideas, because we all understand how important our mind is. And you've likely heard ideas, whether it's from me or from others, Earl Nightingale's Strangest Secret. You can go look that up on YouTube. Go do a little YouTube search, Earl Nightingale's Strangest Secret. It was the first motivational record that ever sold over 1 million copies. Back when we used to have records. For me, that was back in the 70s. My first music was on records. And Debbie Boone, You Light Up My Life. I think that was the song. Used to have that on a record, or Saturday Night Fever on a record, or Billy Joel, Glass Houses. And so back in the day, Earl Nightingale had this record he created called The Strangest Secret. And the strangest secret is we become what we think about. We become what we think about. So if we understand that, the question is, what are you thinking about? You see, there's layers to that distinction. Because there's a lot of really smart people out there that have heard we become what we think about, or are connected to the title of the book, Think and Grow Rich, right? And the importance of our thinking, having a positive mental attitude. Go look at the self-help section of any bookstore, and you'll see all kinds of books talking about the importance of our thinking. So knowing that, then why are people in worry? Knowing that, why are people in fear? If we become what we think about, and if I'm lacking money and I'm fearful of lacking money and I keep focusing on lacking money, or somebody will come to a coaching call with me and I'll say, you know, what's going on? I go, well, I have a problem. I go, okay, what's your problem? My problem is I am a procrastinator, or I am inconsistent. So what's that expression? I am a procrastinator or I am inconsistent. Those are thoughts. They're expressing their thoughts with words. So there's layers to the distinction. So what I want to invite you to is just go to your next level of that idea. The next level of that idea of focusing on what it is that you want to create versus focusing on what isn't working. Focus on what you want to create versus focusing on what isn't working. If your cash flow is tight, which is a common problem people have, if money's tight, are you focusing on the fact that money's tight, or are you focusing on creating more money? See, that's different. It's the same situation. The human being has the same situation. The bank account has it, whatever it has in it, right? If you get on the scale physically, you get on the scale and you're unhappy with the number, are you focusing on the fact that you can't get yourself to lose the weight, or are you focusing on creating the body that you want? It's subtle, but it produces a different reality. So as we go into August, if you could focus even more on a positive mindset, even more on what it is that you want to create. And if you're up for that idea, just type the word yes in the chat right now. If you're up for the idea of, hey, I'm going to put more time in my thinking time on what it is that I want to create versus what isn't working. I'm going to focus on more on what I want to create versus focusing on my problems. So I had a guy look at my heating and air conditioning unit in my house. And right now I can hear the air conditioning in the background. It's working fine. It's blowing cold air. Everything's working. And he looked at it. He's like, yeah, it's on its last legs. I'm like, oh, well, what does that mean? He goes, you need to get a new heating and air conditioning unit. I was like, oh, well, how much is that? I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. He goes, it's $20,000 to $40,000. So that was the news that got dropped on me this week. Hey, you got a $20,000 to $40,000 thing. It's a ticking time bomb. At some point, it's gonna kick out on you. So you need to get it fixed. You need to get a new one. All right. Well, that's not the best news of the day, right? You find that out, right? So I can focus on, oh man, that sucks. I got this $20,000 to $40,000 expense. It's looming. Or I can go, oh, I just need to focus on making more money. See, a lot of people would get into anxiety around this big looming bill, and that anxiety doesn't help the situation any. It just causes me to be in anxiety. So why don't I just choose not to be in anxiety and let me just focus on, okay, now I just need to go create more money. But you can do that in all areas of your life. You know, if something's not working in your life right now, if you're having a challenge in your marriage, you can focus on the fact that you're having this challenge in your marriage, or you can focus on, how can I make my marriage better? What could I do to create the marriage that I want? What can I do to create the sales that I want? What can I do to create the business that I want? I'm a sales coach. A lot of clients come to me because they want to make more sales. And one of the biggest problems on why people aren't making more sales is their focus. So it's like, okay, you need to make more sales. Well, how much time are you spending on revenue producing activities? It's like, not much. Okay, well, how do you expect to make sales if you're not spending the time necessary in revenue producing activities? See, that's part of what I do is I'm entrepreneur. I got to drive revenue in my business. So I got to focus on things that are going to drive revenue in my business. How many of you right now are realizing, you know what, Eric, I need to be spending more time on revenue producing activities? If that's you, just type the word yes in chat. And that could be a decision for you to make for the month of August. To say, you know what, I got to spend less time on social media, or less time over here, or less time over there. And I need to put more time on the things that are going to get sales to the finish line. And that's such a simple thing, right? You can focus on social media, or you can focus on this, you can focus on that, or you can focus on what's going to drive more sales. Okay, a couple more thoughts and we'll wrap up for the day. So one of the things I love to talk about is lifting the weights, right? That's what we're doing right now. We're lifting the success weights for 15 minutes right now. And I was thinking about it the other day that if I go to the gym and actually physically lift weights, it's use it or lose it. So if I get really fit because I'm lifting the weights or getting on the treadmill, and then I stop lifting the weights or getting on the treadmill, what happens to my fitness level? You lose it. It's use it or lose it. But that's different than what we're doing here because I'm teaching you about what to focus on. You all understand that, but I'm giving you maybe a deeper understanding of you get what you focus on. So all of a sudden the light bulb goes on in your mind and you stop focusing on the food you're eating that's not getting the results you want or what's not working in your marriage. You stop focusing on that. You stop focusing on what's not making you the sales and you start focusing on what's going to create the body I want. That's where I put my mind. What's going to create the marriage that I want? That's what I put my mind on. What's going to create the revenue that I want? That's what I put on my mind on. And then I create that. So you start doing that. Well, check it out. You're not going to, it's not use it or lose it. As that clicks in your mind, you literally have a click in your mind, you get the distinction at a deeper level, you have it for life. So you just keep coming back. You keep learning, whether it's from me or from others, you keep learning. Why? Because you're going to have more clicks in your mind. When I went from I'm not an investor, that was the younger version of me, to now I am an investor, I will never go back to the mindset I'm not an investor. It's not use it or lose it. And then the last thing that I want to share with you is about embracing financial setbacks. So I had a financial setback. You could call it that. Hey, you got a $20,000 to $30,000, $40,000 bill that's looming, right? So that was an unexpected thing. I woke up that morning, had no idea that that was what was going on. So what do we do when we get a financial setback? Well, a lot of people puts them into fear, stress, anxiety, worry, things along those lines. So I want to give you a different way of thinking. And that is have the financial setback. I want you to embrace the setback. Embrace the setback because when it comes, you get this unexpected bill or whatever is happening that created this financial situation that you don't want, right? So now it's here. The car broke down. The investment tanked, the person stole my money, whatever, right? Whatever happened. So that happened. And so now I want you to look at the silver lining because you likely want to become more. I mean, why would you come to the weekly 15-minute motivational call if you didn't want to become more, right? And why would you be here if you didn't want that? So, and just like all of us, me too, I'm included in this. I want to become more. So what actually creates us becoming more? Well, it's probably a form of stress, right? We get under a form of stress, kind of like a diamond, right? The diamond gets created out of the pressure. So the financial setback, if we embrace it and go, awesome, now I have a reason to make more money. Now I have a reason to overcome my fear and get out there and make it happen at a higher level. Because as successful as I am, I'm nowhere close to my potential. I'm crystal clear. There's levels way beyond where I am right now. But I need the motivation to get there, right? Because we get in our comfort zone, right? Then the setback takes us out of our comfort zone. So the adversity or the setback can be an asset. With every adversity, there's a seed of equal or greater benefit, Napoleon Hill. With every adversity, there's a seed of equal or greater benefit, Napoleon Hill. So the next time you get a tax bill or you get a car breakdown or whatever, just be like, this is awesome. It's not awesome, but the fact that it can help you become your best, that part of it is awesome. And it's a different way of thinking that can get you focusing on creating more money. So that's going to wrap it up today, guys. We'll do it again next Friday, same time. Thank you for joining me. We had 8 of us on the Zoom. Thanks for being here, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Recording stopped.
Those of you on the internet, we had awesome 11 of you. That's so cool. Thanks, guys, for joining me on the internet, on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, wherever you were. awesome to be with you guys. You have an awesome rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.